Hi, a while back I made 2 videos on high blood pressure, lifestyle adjustments that you could make to lower your blood pressure. In that I explained also how I once had that issue and how I reversed it with my diet. My diet was actually the issue and I reversed it by adjusting my diet, right? I also explained other things and other factors to consider in helping you to prevent or to lower blood pressure. So today I'm going to be discussing 2 other factors or 2 other things to look at that are usually overlooked that could also be causes for high blood pressure or could help in your preventing or reducing or lowering your current blood pressure status, right? These things are actually verifiable. You can check online also and confirm these things. So without wasting time, there are 2 major things that are overlooked. Number 1 is your sugar intake, and number 2 is your vitamin D status. Are you vitamin D deficient? These 2 things could actually be responsible also for giving you high blood pressure readings. So here are some ways sugar can cause your blood pressure to rise. Eating too much sugar can inhibit the production of nitric oxide, which can cause the narrowing of your blood vessels, leading to high blood pressure. Number 2, increased sugar consumption can lead to weight gain. Obesity can also cause high blood pressure. We've already established that even from the first video. The higher risk you are for high blood pressure because you're giving your heart much more work to do, and that's the result of that. Increase in blood sugar levels can cause insulin resistance, which is linked to high blood pressure and can lead to diabetes or heart disease, and this is a combination that you don't want to have. Diabetes and high blood pressure, and it is said that about 50% of people that have diabetes have high blood pressure at the same time, and this increases the risk of stroke and also dementia. It's not a situation one wants to find himself in. So you can see the relationship between a high sugar intake and high blood pressure. And when we say sugar intake here, it's beyond the added sugar. High carbs, if you have a very, very high carb load in your diet generally and you have high blood pressure, that's also broken down into glucose, which it will spike your insulin levels as well. So you want to minimize your carb intake if you have high blood pressure and want to prevent it. You want to minimize your carb intake and balance your diet such a way that you have a lot of vegetables, fruits, protein, fats, healthy fats with your carbohydrates, which is a minimal intake. And that will help you in the long run, right? So a balanced diet, a balanced approach is the best way to go about this. There's a diet plan that is called the DASH, the dietary approach to stop hypertension. And if you understand that, you go check that out. You'll see the recommended kinds of foods that are taken for those that want to, maintain their blood pressure levels through their diet. All right. So next, we're going to look at vitamin D. Vitamin D and high blood pressure. What is the relationship between vitamin D and high blood pressure? This is a very interesting one because a lot of times it's overlooked. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, which helps your blood vessels tighten and relax. So that means a vitamin D deficiency is linked to high blood pressure. Vitamin D also helps to keep your cortisol level in check. So a vitamin D deficiency is tied to increased cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone that will cause you to go into fight or flight mode, and your body now begins to store fat in your midsection and can actually lead to obesity, which is definitely tied to what? High blood pressure. So you can see how this happens. So look at our modern world, for instance. You wake up, you get into a vehicle, from a vehicle, you get into a house or a school or, an office, no sun. You're shielded from the sun all the way. You are indoors for 8 hours, 10 hours, come back out, no sun, back in the vehicle, back home. And this happens day in and day out. So you kind of have to consciously get sun exposure. You can't just get it naturally how it will have been in the past. So you have to kind of plan for this. That's why a lot of people are vitamin D deficient without actually knowing it. So you have to understand this and make a plan for it. There are various ways you can do that. And you need to understand the concept. Your body actually makes vitamin D from being exposed to sunlight. So it is advised that you allow your body to be exposed. They say at least 1/3 of your body to be exposed to the sunlight, not just your head, but you can wear a t-shirt, shorts, and go out. So going out to the beach, for instance, taking a walk on the street for 15 to 30 minutes, 3 times a week will be sufficient to help your vitamin D level normalize, right? And you don't want to overstay in the sun. You don't want to expose yourself to sunburn or skin cancer, but you want to actually ensure that you are getting enough of the sunlight for your body to generate or produce rather vitamin D. So to black people and even for black people, the darker you are in your skin color, the more time you need to spend in the sun. So have that in mind. So like I said, going out on the beach, spending 30 minutes, 1 hour on the beach, taking a stroll. You could be at work, just take a stroll out, roll up your sleeves, take a stroll out, walk for 15, 20 minutes and come back in. This you can do consciously 3 times a week, and you know that you're getting your vitamin D. This will help maintain your cortisol level. This will help you absorb calcium, which is very, very important. So there you have it. These are 2 things that are not always talked about, but are also partly responsible for increase in blood pressure levels. And I hope if you put these things to work, you could help somebody. So kindly share this information with people you know who might have high blood pressure or who want to prevent this, and let them add that to their list of things that they'll put and check and actually monitor that they actually do. Because like I said, I have a success story. You could actually reverse high blood pressure readings through lifestyle change without having to take medication, right? So once again, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos on high blood pressure. I'm going to put the links in the description below. Check out my channel, subscribe, share with your friends or with your circle. Let's spread the word on fitness and health. Life can be enjoyed, life can be sweeter if we plan and act accordingly. Thank you very much once again. See you later. Have a lovely one. Bye.